So guys, the ending for The Flash left us on quite a cliffhanger that not only brings back a certain Batman actor, which surprised a lot of people, but also does kind of hint to what could possibly be happening in the future of James Gunn's DCU. So if all of this sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Let's explain all of these timeline changes and what's going on. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash. This time it's about, once again, the Flash movie, and in this video we will be breaking down the ending scene of the movie, talk about the new timeline changes that took place in the film, what could potentially happen in the future of the DCU, and how this ending plays into the future of the DCU and sets it all up. And also we will be talking about what's been changed from the ending as well, because the ending was actually changed for the film very recently, and there is actually a reason behind it. We'll be talking about all of those stuff, but of course, most importantly, for those who haven't seen the film yet, spoiler alert, because I'll be going over some major spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, then click away right now, because I'll be talking about the ending of the film, and trust me, you wouldn't want to hear it unless you watch the film. Okay, so the Flash movie ends with Barry changing the timeline by realizing how badly he screwed up, and he restores the timeline back to how it was, aka allows his mother to get murdered once again. And Andy Muschietti did say this eventually, like in an interview, but the person who murdered Barry's mother, it's confirmed that it was the Reverse Flash. I will go over that in a separate video, but I'm glad that it's been revealed that Reverse Flash is behind Nora Allen's murder, otherwise it wouldn't have really made too much sense. But yeah, Barry returns to present day and attends the court hearing for his father's trial, where we are already presented with another timeline change, and it is that through the CCTV camera footage, it is revealed that his father, aka Henry Allen, does actually end up looking up to get like the can of tomatoes from the top shelf, which in the previous CCTV footage he wasn't looking at all, so the CCTV camera wasn't really able to identify that it was Henry Allen, whereas this time it was actually able to identify that Henry Allen was in a separate place while Nora Allen was murdered, and that allows, of course, Henry Allen to be set free. So we are already presented by that timeline change on its own as well, and pretty much from this, Henry Allen is free. Now, this might not be a timeline change, and it could also be that Barry still kind of tampered with the timeline, and through that he allowed his father to pretty much look up and take the can of tomatoes from the top shelf. I guess it was open to interpretation over here because we don't know for 100%, but in the scene where Barry, says goodbye to his mother for the last time, we do see Barry looking at the CCTV camera, so you could assume that he was probably the one behind this timeline change, though we don't know for 100%. I'm gonna assume he is, but we don't know. But yeah, next up, Barry receives a phone call from Bruce Wayne, which we find out to be George Clooney, and it turns out the leaks were true, because this was leaked a couple of months ago, where it did say that there was going to be like another Batman in the ending of the film, and it was rumored that George Clooney was going to be that Batman. And honestly, I was like, no, this rumor is just a bunch of rubbish. There is no way. But oh my god, when I saw George Clooney show up as Bruce Wayne, I was actually speechless. I was like, what the hell is going on over here? Because certainly I didn't see something like that coming, and I was just shocked. I was like, wait, is George Clooney going to be the new Batman or Bruce Wayne in this new DCU timeline? But I've come to the conclusion that surely this has to be a joke. Like, I don't think, and I don't see George Clooney being the new Batman for this DCU. I don't see George Clooney being the Batman for Batman Brave and the Bold and just, showing up in other DCU projects onwards. I don't see it happen. So just because of that, I'm going to assume this is a troll. But, it is quite interesting that we did see George Clooney as Bruce Wayne in this ending scene. So although it was unexpected, it certainly was a cliffhanger, and it is going to get a lot of people talking. Not really on the positive side, but I guess more so on like the, wait, is this actually going to happen type of questions. It's not like, yes, I'm so excited to see this. It's not going to be anything like that. It's more so going to be like the, is this actually happening type of question. But yeah, I guess we will get answers by James Gunn soon, maybe in like a couple of months. I don't know. But in my opinion, I think this ending is some sort of like a troll ending or something like that. I don't think this is actually going to be our new Bruce Wayne. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. It might end up happening. Who knows? But yeah, the reason for this timeline change, the reason why Bruce Wayne looks different once again, is that the timeline has been changed. The events of Flashpoint and constant time travel has not only caused the timeline to fracture, but it messed up with the multiverse as well. And this is how these major changes to the DCU will be taking place. So the Flash movie pretty much serves as the reboot to then, like, set the stage for James Gunn's Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. And that's how James Gunn's DCU will end up playing out. It's all because of the Flash movie. Is that they're using the Flash's new timeline as the reboot. Now, of course, changes could still be made by James Gunn, but for now, we are to assume that from this new timeline onwards, this is now when the DCU timeline is going to be kickstarting. Now, this ending has actually been changed recently, and I believe this is actually due to James Gunn stepping in, as well as the big changes he made to the DC universe, and also, setting up his DCU Chapter 1. So this more so of a cliffhanger is what we ended up with. It's all because of James Gunn stepping in and his new plans. That's why. Originally, the ending involved Michael Keaton as the new Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton was going to be the new Bruce Wayne, but not just that. Sasha Calle's Supergirl was still going to be around as well. Sasha Calle's Supergirl was also in the ending of the film, and there are also set photos, which I'm probably putting up on the screen right now, as proof that this was the original ending. Now, Keaton was originally going to remain as the new Batman of the DCEU while serving a more so of like a Nick Fury type role. That's what they explained it as, replacing, of course, Ben Affleck's Batman. So Ben Affleck was never going to remain as Batman. He was always going to be replaced by someone else. And in the original ending, it was going to be Michael Keaton that replaced Ben Affleck. Now, in regards to Sasha Calle, whether she will still remain as Supergirl, we don't know. But it does seem like from this changed ending that it's not looking very likely that she's going to be sticking around, because she was in the original ending of the film. Like, you do see her suited up as Supergirl, confirming she was still supposed to be around after the events of Flashpoint. However, the fact that she has been taken out of the ending as well gets me a bit worried, because if there was already footage of her filmed in the ending and it got taken out, for me that does bring in alarming bells. So I don't know, and it does get me worried. It does seem like, James Gunn will be heading into another route with the Supergirl character, and of course the Supergirl movie that will be coming out as well. So this could potentially be that Sasha Calle will be recast and someone else will come into the role of Supergirl. Or maybe it's just that, once again, it serves as a better cliffhanger, and because of that, people will be talking if Sasha Calle will still remain a Supergirl or not. In regards to like the big timeline changes and what happened at the end of the movie, it will of course get people talking, not only about the George Clooney stuff, which surely will be answered sooner rather than later, but also it will get people questioning whether Sasha Calle will be around as Supergirl eventually for the DCU, or is she going to be completely recast as well, which I really hope that she stays, because personally I thought Sasha Calle was absolutely awesome, and I would really love for her to remain as the DCU Supergirl. She was very enthusiastic for this role and she absolutely had a blast doing it. But for now, at least, we don't know. It doesn't seem very likely because of the changed ending, but as I said, this could have just been to serve more of like a bigger cliffhanger factor than what we originally would have ended up with. That's my interpretation in regards to all of this. But yeah, of course, the changes to the ending has got to do with James Gunn's new DCU plan. We of course had multiple changes going around. Biggest one being that Henry Cavill of course is no longer going to be Superman, and of course we did have like a bunch of other projects that's been announced by James Gunn, and it's been revealed that different actors will be playing different characters, such as, for example, we know Henry Cavill is no longer Superman, somebody else is going to be Superman. And we did have James Gunn revealing that big slate earlier in the year as well. So there is a big question mark on pretty much everyone, really, in regards to who is sticking around and who isn't. Some we already know about, but others we don't know. The main one, of course, we know is that Jason Momoa will still be Aquaman. We can tell from the post-credit. Now, of course, we do know that Ezra Miller's Flash was in the post-credit as well. And this, of course, does bring in Ezra Miller's Flash as, like, you know, the new timeline Flash once again. So this does, of course, open doors for Ezra Miller to continue as the Flash if, like, the mental health treatment is going on. And Ezra does keep getting better and better, then maybe, I guess this does open doors for Ezra Miller to continue as the Flash. But personally, I don't think they will. And soon, I think once again, they're going to announce Ezra Miller being recast as the Flash. And I do think that they are going to bring in somebody else to play the Flash for James Gunn's DCU after the Flash movie. But for now, as I said, this is all interpretation, just speculation. This is all just me theorizing and just talking in regards to my opinion on all of this. So until we get answers, of course, we are not 100% sure. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about this ending. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.